Today we have with us Colonel Brahmankar sir. He is director of Apex Careers Institute of Pune. This institute is working since year 2005. To start with, very first question, sir. Uh, which are the very basic skills do you think are required to enter in defense?
Basic skills, once you say, then I would like to say that as far as the Jawans are concerned, physical ability is the most important thing, and a bit of mental intelligence, a bit of it, more of intelligence, and the mental state of fitness, I would say. Not the physical ability, but the mental ability. Because there are a lot of mental pressure on the officers. There's a lot of responsibilities. So, a person has to be mentally fit to become an officer, and for a Jawan, a person has to be physically fit. This is what I would start off with.
You just told us about basic skills for Jawans and officers. So, when we think of entrance examinations, so what is the entrance examination or type of those examinations for different post or different field?
Okay. First and foremost, when we consider the officer's entry, the primary entry to the defense forces is that of the National Defense Academy. So for that we have the NDA and NA exam. The exam, a person who is studying in 12th can appear for this exam. A boy who has just completed his 11th, he can fill the form, and while in 12th he can appear for the exam in the month of August. And by the time the results of the 12th board exams are out, he can join the National Defense Academy. Simultaneously, there are engineering entries in the defense. One is the TES, Technical Entry Scheme of the Army, which is known as the 10+2 TES. We have three colleges. One is the College of Military Engineering, Pune. Then we have the Military College of EME in Secunderabad. And we have the MCTE, Military College of Telecommunication Engineering in Mau. Mau means Indore. These three engineering colleges, entry for the 10+2 technical, that is after 12th. Also, in the Navy, we have an entry known as the Cadet Entry Scheme, 10+2 Cadet Entry Scheme, Technical Cadet Entry Scheme. This is again after 12th, and the eligibility is students who have scored more than 70% marks in physics, chemistry and maths combined are eligible to apply. For the Navy, in addition, 50% marks in English, either in 12th or 10th, is a must. So these are the eligibility conditions. For the NDA, the entry age limit is 19 years of age, whereas for the technical entry, it is 19.5 years of age for entry to the academy. Now, in addition to these various entries, we have other entrance examinations as the Combined Defence Services exams, CDS, which is for the graduates. Also, we have the AFCAT, Air Force Common Admission Test, which is again for the graduates. Okay? And for the Navy, there are various entries are there. One is the CDS, and the direct opportunities are also existing. And all these entries are published in the employment news. So this employment news is published in Delhi and are available in major cities in the country.
Do you think that a candidate coming from rural area should prepare differently because there is much difference in the rural background and urban background? So what is the difference in case of preparation when we say?
Okay, as far as the preparation is concerned, the preparation remains the same. There is no difference in the preparation. The thing lies in the selection process. You see, because there is a written test for the NDA. So therefore, a boy from a rural or the urban area has to prepare for the same exam. The difference is in the interview. Okay. Written test, the eligibility criteria will be the same. He has to be above the cutoff percentage of marks. But as far as the interview is concerned, we definitely differentiate a rural background person and an urban background person, and we don't compare each other. We consider them separately. The best part of the interviewing system is that every candidate is assessed for his potential to become an officer. So therefore, if a boy is from an urban background, he definitely, we would be expecting that he would be aware much more than a person of a rural background. So our expectations from a boy of urban background will be much more. Whereas a youth coming from a rural background, we will not expect a very high standard of English, a very high standard of general awareness. Where if it is there, then fantastic, no problem. Okay, so that is the kind of a thing.
Sir, in case of entrance examinations, how much importance is given to the physical fitness of the candidate?
See, as far as the entrance examination is concerned, let us take for example NDA. It is for a written test there is no difference because there is no physical fitness at all. It is just the whether the sufficient intelligence is there in the boy or not. Okay. As far as Jawan is concerned, physical fitness is the most important criteria. So therefore, when a Jawan goes for the entrance, there are rallies, and first of all in these rallies, they conduct a running test and physical fitness test. After that, they conduct the medical test, and then the boys go for the written test. But when it is a question of officers, they have to first undergo a written test, that is the NDA or the CDS. There are a few entries like engineering entry where there is no written test. They directly call you for the SSB interview. Here physical has a small importance, but more important than the physical, it is the mental toughness of the person and the attitude of the person which is matters. Okay, so the person who has to become an officer has to have creativity, has to have vision. So such things has to have effective intelligence. He has to have a sense of responsibility. You see, as far as Jawan is concerned, what sense of responsibility? He will do only what has been told to him. But officer, there is a need of initiative. So many other, we call these qualities as officer-like qualities, and we test the candidates for these qualities. And once we find that there is a potential, then we select this candidate. As far as a boy from a rural background is concerned, we consider, we do understand that his English may not be up to the mark, but we give him sufficient leverage from that angle because we understand the potential of the person of a rural background, and we also select the boys and the youth from the rural background.
Which are the major institutes in India and Maharashtra to get guidance to enter in this field?
You see, there is one premier institute in the country, and that is the Rashtriya Indian Military College, Dehradun. This institute, every year they select around 30 students every 6 months, not every year, every 6 months. And majority of the students go to NDA from there directly. Okay. The entry is for the 8th class, and the students are studying here from 8th to 12th. The other premier institutions in our state are the Sainik School Satara, wherein the admission is for class 6th, and there is one institute in Aurangabad which is known as Services Preparatory Institute, Aurangabad. Here the admission is given to class 11th, and the basic aim or the motive behind these institutions are that the boys should join the National Defence Academy and the Indian Armed Forces. After these two institutes, I would say that our institute, that is Apex Careers, has contributed in a major way, and today in NDA we also have around 20 to 25 students who are presently in NDA, and it is very difficult to say whether a boy should go to Sainik School Satara or SPI or Apex Careers, because all these three institutes are doing equally well. In addition to these institutes, there are a few more institutes in Pune, there are 2 institutes in Mumbai, and there are, I think, 2 institutes in Nagpur which are also contributing to the entry to the defense forces.
Coming to the last question, which are the future opportunities in this field?
Okay. When you think of the future opportunities, you see, over a period of time there are a lot of technological developments, and the entire defense forces are getting modernized, and they are all technologically driven. So, looking into the future, I personally feel that more and more engineers would be required. Already, and the army is also changing itself. And over a period of time, you may definitely find, that the entire defense forces, only the technical people will be there. So I personally feel that the engineers have a lot of scope. Even they have scope today and in future, with our challenges coming ahead, the technical people will be required more.
Today, Colonel Brahmankar sir very interestingly provided about different type of education and entrance examination in defense field. This guidance is really very important for any type of candidate coming from either rural or urban background. So, sir, I really thank you for your guidance.
Thank you.
Thank you.